Ranch Roadhouse here, Night of Praise on 106.9 The Ranch. Let's go over to Devin Leigh here for his first song tonight. What you gonna play for us there, brother?
This is a new song. I got a bunch of new songs here. It's funny, you had posted something about who would be interested in doing this gospel, evening, and that's something I've always wanted to do, but I just never made myself sit down. I've got one song that I wrote that's a gospel song, and some that I kind of allude to, religion. But so you posted that, and I said I'm interested. I didn't think you would follow up with it. And you're like, yeah, come on out and do it. And
I took the first takers, man. Yeah, literally.
So you're like, yeah, come on out and do it, and need 6, 7 original songs, hopefully.
Yeah.
So that's my wife was like, well, I'm gonna do it. She's like, do you have that many gospel songs? I was like, I will by the time this show comes on.
Yes, sir. Good for you, man.
So we've been working on these, and so anyway, now I'm inspired. At the beginning of this next year, I'm gonna do just a gospel album because he motivated me to do this. So yeah, it's exciting, and so it's been a lot of fun. It's been a very different process of just strictly writing, songs that about God and all that kind of stuff instead of just my own personal, ideas. So this song's called Golden Needle, and it's based on that whole story about when Jesus says, a camel will go through the eye of a needle before a rich man gets into heaven or whatever. And so I had this line popped up where the eye of the needle is, the gates of heaven, and so that's what I'm looking for in this song.
Very cool. Hey, I'm on course to find that needle. It's gonna take me to the other side. And when I find that golden needle, I'm gonna walk right through its eye. Lord John, he knew some people. And when those people, they testified, they took his hand, they stole some money, and he hung his head and cried. And old Peter, the rooster crowed. When he did, well, he denied. He shook his head, he said, I'm sorry. And he hung his head and cried. Hey, I'm on course to find that needle that's gonna take me to the other side. And when I find that golden needle, I'm gonna walk right through its eye. Wisdom came up this morning. When it did, I was revived. He said, let's find that golden needle. We're gonna walk right through its eye. Hey, I'm on course to find that needle. It's gonna take me to the other side. And when I find that golden needle, gonna walk right through its eye. Yeah, I'm gonna walk right through its eye. Yeah, I'm gonna walk right through its eye. That's Devin Leigh right there, y'all. Thank you. Ranch Roadhouse here on 106.9 The Ranch, and Night of Praise continues over to Devin Leigh here. And Devin, you and I have known each other a long time. Long time.
Yes.
You played in lots of different bands and stuff together, and yes. Been on the stages and stuff together with me introing the bands that you played in. And who else did you play for over the years?
I played with Blue Edmondson, Jason Eady, Max Starling, did some stuff with Mike Ryan.
I think I remember you with Blue more than all the rest.
That was about 6 years.
Yeah, that was quite a while there.
Yeah,
that's good.
Quite a time.
What made you? What's your testimony really? I mean, how did you dedicate your life to Christ and like all the rest of us have?
Well, I was born in church, and I went to church my whole life, and that was a big part of my life growing up, especially. And thank goodness, my parents took me to church and confirmation classes and Sunday school and all that kind of stuff. So it was really pretty ingrained in me. So as I got out, especially, we were talking about being in bands and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy.
It is a crazy life, man.
You don't sleep a lot, and a lot of people want to party 24 hours a day. Your adrenaline is shot all the time.
Yeah.
And, it kind of wear you down. And I think that time I was my farthest away. I hadn't gone to church in a long time. And, my farthest away from Christianity and stuff like that. And it showed. I started having anxiety attacks, and I was miserable. I wasn't happy at all. I mean, it was just forcing myself to get out there and do this because I didn't want to quit. But I wasn't really, happy. And my wife, we met in Arkansas. And we were trying to have this long distance relationship, but it was tough because of my life was just so hard, and it was hard to stay in touch. And my mom, though, had always said that was her number one priority, was to pray that I would find the right wife. That was her mission. Yeah. And I was talking with my parents and stuff. My dad basically said something like, you need to make a change. You're not happy, and you're going to blow it with the best thing you've ever got. You need to focus on that relationship and all that kind of stuff. And then I did immediately, and that changed my life. And then she moved down here, and we got married. And but it was my mom's faith that she was going to find me somebody, because I was like, there's no way I'm in here. There's no way I'm going to.
Nobody's going to have me.
And as much as I loved her, I was like, the chaos that I lived in, settling down didn't make sense,
Yeah.
And but once that happened, that brought me back to, luckily I stayed out of any kind of real trouble, because I did have my, I was like, man, God's watching me on this one. So,
yeah.
But that was really the turning point. And then since then, we've both gotten stronger and stronger and stronger in our faith again, and gotten much more involved in the church, and kind of gotten on that path. We've been, the last year, our lives are very stressful, actually. We own 2 businesses, and then I play all the time. And I was like, well, we got to start praying more. We've got to just start, because we can't keep going the way we are, because it's just too stressful. There's just so much to go into running businesses. And I found this little book, and it was like, something like Let Go and Let God, or something like that. But there's just little prayers. And so if you're stressed, you find this little prayer, you read it, and that really started to help. And then when we didn't really openly discuss, religion. We're both Christian, but we didn't really discuss it a lot. And now we both just constantly like, well, I prayed about it last night, so I'm not going to worry about it anymore.
There you go. Amen, man. That's awesome.
That's kind of the situation here. So
that's cool, man. So what are you going to play for us this time around, buddy?
Well, so this song kind of goes along with that. This one's called Let Jesus Walk With Me, and it's kind of like, you're not going to really accomplish much unless you let Jesus take the reins. We try to do it by just forcing it. Like, we just work harder, we can do this, and it just, it's just too much. And so, if you let Jesus walk with you and carry the burden, then you can accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. But if you do it by yourself, it's going to be pretty hard. So.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Not gonna climb that mountain, not gonna be set free, not gonna cross the valley low till Jesus walk with me, till Jesus walk with me. Not gonna let that desert air, not gonna be set free, not gonna find salvation till Jesus walk with me, till Jesus walk with me. You can't buy your self-forgiveness, you can't buy your way on through. You better hide your soul on Judgment Day till Jesus walk with you, till Jesus walk with you.
forgiveness to thine own self. You must be true. You can't sell your soul to the preacher man till Jesus walk with you, till Jesus walk with you. Now who did walk on the water? Who did walk on the sea? Who did calm the ocean? Who did said come and follow me, come and follow me. Well, I'm gonna cross that mountain, gonna be set free, gonna find salvation. Now Jesus walk with me, now Jesus walk with me, yeah, Jesus walk with me. That's Devin Leigh right there, y'all.
Thank you.
Man, good stuff there.
Thank you.
Pretty much most of the, I guess most of the songs you're doing tonight, first time you've done them?
That was the first time, yeah.
Right on, man. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. Yeah, that's a cool song. Ranch Roadhouse here on 106.9. The Ranch Tonight of Praise continues here with Devin Leigh up next here. Devin, what you got for us there, buddy?
So this is another new song right here that whenever you said that I could do the show, I was like, I got to come up with some stuff pretty quick. And,
What's your feet in the fire, man?
Yeah, which is great. That's what I told my wife. I was like, I need to do this because it's the only way I'm going to really sit down and make myself do this if I have the timeline. And but this is a song that my dad has written some songs just around the house, just as a hobby when I was growing up. And this is a song that he had kind of started playing. And I like the idea of it, I like the lyric of it, but he just kind of barely got started with it. And I was like, what about that song that you had written? Could I do something with it? And he was like, yeah, absolutely, do whatever you want. So it's called If You See Jesus, Won't You Mention My Name? And it's basically, you're somebody that, you know God, God's out there, but you're too ashamed to ask for help. You don't really know, where you are at this point. You've done way too much stuff. There's no way that God can forgive you. So you're talking to another person saying, hey, if you see him, please let him know, I'm out here, but I can't do it myself. I'm too ashamed to do that kind of thing. So, so this is a song my dad started and I finished it up. It's called If You See Jesus. If you see Jesus, won't you mention my name? Tell him I'm sorry for causing him pain. I've done so many things I just can't explain. If you see Jesus, won't you mention my name? If you see Jesus while you're going that way, tell him I tried to pray just the other day. I tried so hard, I didn't know what to say. If you see Jesus while you're going that way, if you see Jesus on the other side, tell him I'm sorry for the times that I lied. A sinner's a sinner, I know I can't hide. If you see Jesus on the other side,
If you see Jesus on the other side, tell him I'm sorry for the times that I lied. The sinner is a sinner, I know I can't hide. If you see Jesus on the other side, if you see Jesus while you're going down there, ask him if he's coming back. I'm getting kind of scared. I looked in a tomb, I can't find him anywhere. If you see Jesus while you're going down there, well, if you see Jesus on the other side, tell him I'm sorry for the times that I lied. A sinner is a sinner, and I know I can't hide. If you see Jesus on the other side, if you see Jesus, won't you mention my name? If you see Jesus, won't you mention my name?
That's Devin Leigh right there, y'all.
Amen. Cliff Stein's my daddy wrote
Good
this song.
stuff, man. I like that song. Well, I tell you what, boys and girls, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back on the other side. Bradley Manning's going to get us kicked off there. We'll hear more music of praise from the Deatons and Devin Leigh as well. So stick around. The Ranch Roadhouse, A Night of Praise, continues next here on 106.9 The Ranch. The Ranch Roadhouse here at Night of Praise and 106.9 The Ranch. Let's go back over to Devin Leigh. I'm sorry. Oh, man. What you got for us this time around, brother?
This is a song that I actually have recorded. It was on my first CD, and it was my first attempt at writing a gospel song. I didn't really feel like I wanted to write a straight up gospel song. It was just always kind of the alluding to religion and things like that.
Yeah.
So this one is kind of a gospel song on its head, I guess you would say. So I wrote this kind of after I got off the road and I went off on my own and I was doing my first album. And it was kind of reflecting back on that time where we were talking about before, when things are just chaotic and you're crazy and you're just doing stupid things all the time. And I think I realized that I was like, why? But I was miserable. And why is that? And it's like, because the good times that you think you're having or whatever are really coming in between you and God and everything. You're getting farther apart, which makes your life not less pleasurable, less enjoyable. And but I think when I was in there, when it was during that time, I was like, I felt like I was asking for help, and I wasn't really, I guess. And but I felt like, you know, the devil was just always tapping on my shoulder, you know. Be it having, you know, anxiety attacks or pulling you away from, you know, your friends and your family, whatever. You know, it's just always tapping on my back. And I was like, you know, stop. Knock it off.
From me, dude.
And so I was kind of like, you know, until I get an answer from God, I'm going to at least tell you to knock it off. You know, I know eventually I'll get it, but you know, until then, you got to cut it out, you know. So this song's called "Get Thee Behind Me, Satan." This is on my first CD.
There's trouble on my mind, and then it's not the rambling kind. It's the kind that'll get you when you're feeling pretty low. Yeah, but I'm telling you the truth. If I stop chasing you, time will come to reap the things I sow. Yeah, well, the dogs are in the kitchen, my mind is hesitating. Well, it's full of wishing and my dreams slowly fading. Look up to the sky for a holy conversation. Well, until that time arrives, get thee behind me, Satan. Yeah. Well, I climbed up the mountain, I drank from that fountain. Couple times that kept me unaware. Yeah, but I feel his sweaty hand upon my wedding band. I'll fall down to my knees and curse and swear. Well, the dogs are in the kitchen, my mind is hesitating. Well, it's full of wishing and my dreams slowly fade. Look up to the sky for a holy conversation. Well, until that time arrives, get thee behind me, Satan. Yeah. Now he's sketching in my heels as I try to grease the wheels. Piper plays the last of reveille. Yeah, but my soul starts to twist as I place a little kiss upon the sacred ground that's under me. Yeah, but where the dogs are in the kitchen, my mind is hesitating. Well, it's full of wishing and my dreams slowly fading. Look up to the sky for a holy conversation. Well, until that time arrives, get thee behind me, Satan. Well, until that time arrives, get thee behind me, Satan. Yeah.
There you go, y'all. Devin Leigh.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cool song. Ranch Roadhouse, a night of praise here on 106.9 The Ranch here at the Rocket Cafe and Club. Back over to Devin Leigh. What you got for us there, Devin?
Okay. Well, this one's the trickiest one that I have. I've been saving it for the end. It's the one I know the least, but it's the newest one I've written. But I really wanted to play it because this is kind of basically based on my observing the news and social media and stuff these days, and there's just a lot of negativity
And a need for God.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, that's kind of what this song is about. You know, there's I don't know that there's necessarily a lot of bad things going on, but I think there's a perception that there's a lot of bad things going on. And I think negativity feeds on negativity, and you watch the news and it's all negative, and you see negative posts, so then you get negative, and you know, then all of a sudden the sky's falling, and you know, everything's terrible.
We don't even watch the news at our house.
Yeah, we don't really either.
No need for it.
We watch the weather so that I can know what's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
But so there's really only one way to approach that, and that's just to say, you know, that God's got a plan for all this, and that there's only really one way to get through all the chaos. There's just a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So much noise. There's a lot of noise out there, and it's just distracting and just screw your brain up, you know. I think that we both have been benefited from just having 5 or 10 minutes a day of just being quiet.
Yes.
Maybe saying a quiet prayer and just being quiet, you know, and letting the noise cycle through. Mm-hmm. And so this song basically is about, you know, that everybody's just running around thinking things are terrible, but there's only one way there's only one solution, and that's to you know, trust that God's got a plan and that He's the only person that can fix things. And so, be with me on this one, Lord.
It's a bitter pill to swallow when you ask someone to borrow, begging, stealing, rob, just to find yourself a job. Try to find solutions to all the revolutions that happen in this world. It's a mixed-up, crazy world. Ask me no more questions and I'll tell you no more lies. The book of Revelation says that someday he will rise. As evil on earth grows, only heaven knows who's gonna save our soul. So you try to take a stand just to lend a hand. Even there, does anyone even care? There, does anyone even care? But just go underground. Yeah, well, ask me no more questions, I'll tell you no more lies. The book of Revelation says that someday he will rise. As evil on earth grows, only heaven knows who's gonna save our soul. Sometimes the saint's a sinner, sometimes the sinner's saved. One solution is the only one that pays. So come on down to the river, I can whisper in your ear. I found my solution and the answer's crystal clear. Ask me no more questions and I'll tell you no more lies. The book of Revelation says that someday he will rise. As evil on earth grows, only heaven knows who's gonna save our soul. Yeah, well, ask me no more questions, I'll tell you no more lies. The book of Revelation says that someday he will rise. As evil on earth grows, only heaven knows who's gonna save our soul. Oh.
There you go, Devin Leigh.
I almost made it.
Sounded good to me, brother. Sounded good to me.
Y'all got it all figured out up there?
I think we got it.
Okay.
I think y'all cross your fingers. We've never done it.
Say a quick prayer real quick like here.
Father, be with us, Lord. We lift you up. Join
Yes, sir.
rock
Yes,
our
sir.
salvation. Amen.
Amen.
Well, some bright morning when this life is over, I fly away to that home on God's celestial shore. I fly away, I fly away, oh glory, I fly away.
In the morning,
When I die, hallelujah, bye bye, I fly away.
When the shadows of this life are gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from these prison walls, I'll fly. I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away. Oh, glory, I'll fly away.
in the morning,
Oh, when I die, hallelujah, bye bye. I'll fly away. Oh, come on, Devin. Devin Leigh on the slide.
well, just a few more weary days and then, oh, I
When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Come on, take it one more time, somebody. On the next slide, Devin. Oh, I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away.
Y'all give it up for the Deatons, Devin Leigh, Bradley Manning down there. Y'all look them up on Facebook, keep up with them, and be on the lookout for a Christian country music coming to you very, very soon. Appreciate everybody being here tonight.
Thanks for
Once
having
again,
us, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here tonight. We're gonna be trendsetters on something, y'all.
That's right. Let's give a hand for 106.9 The Ranch.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Jim Nash, thank you.
Thank you guys. All right, boys and girls, we'll join you for the Ranch Showdown coming up 7 o'clock next Sunday night right here at the Rocket Cafe and Club. Brought to you by First Financial Bank. We'll see you then right here on 106.9 The Ranch.